Well, tandoori to India is an emotion, and especially when you can assort different vegetables and make something, the fun is something else. But today's recipe, ladies and gentlemen, the hero is one, baby corn. The name you may ask, tandoori baby corn. Let's begin. Well, I'm dividing this recipe into three components. The first one is, of course, making the marinade, which is the tandoori marination, literally. The second one is assembling the baby corn with the marination. And the third component is baking this. Well, you can air fry this. You can also cook this in a tawa or a pan, but baking is really easy because the oven takes care of most of the cooking. Let's move in to making the marination. First things first, let's begin with curd. To this, let's add in gram flour. And this one is untoasted. Let's add in paste of ginger and garlic. And along with this, a couple of spices. Beginning with red chili powder. Moving on to turmeric powder. Homemade garam masala. A touch of roasted coriander seeds powder. Amchur, which is raw mango powder. Salt as required. And lastly, lemon juice. Let's whisk all of this well till literally it's lump free. And finally, let's add in mustard oil. And with this, your marination is done and ready. Well, our marination is done and ready, which means component one is done and ready. Let's move on to the second one, which is literally processing the baby corn. We poach it and we add into the marination. Let's see how. Let's turn the flame on. Let's begin with water and add in baby corn. And remember to salt the water properly. Allow this salted water to roll boil, of course with the corn in them, for at least 8 minutes. And with this, your corn should have a perfect bite yet cooked. Let's transfer this in the marination, and if you have some extra time at hand, you could also cool this and then follow the steps. The next step is to bring in that signature flavor, aroma that tandoor cooking is generally associated with, and that is the smoke. Now, I'm not really smoking this with charcoal. What I'm using is a stick of cinnamon. Let's see how. Let's burn the stick of cinnamon on open flame, place it on top of the tandoori baby corn, splash in a little bit of oil and cover this and keep it well. Let's discard the piece of cinnamon and take the individual pieces of baby corn and place these on a baking tray. And bake this at 200 degrees Celsius for 20 minutes. With this, ladies and gentlemen, tandoori baby corn done and ready. And last and final, lots and lots and lots of grated processed cheese, some butter, some chaat masala, some coriander. And with that, you have the most amazing tandoori baby corn done and ready. Serve this to your family, serve this to your friends, and make the most of the gatherings. Bye for now.